Okay, another ET Now exclusive. There's fear that the Modi government, on account of elections, has confined the fallout of the NBFC crisis. This has been confirmed by none other than the L&T chairman A.M. Nayak, who went on to blame the IL&FS contagion for the slowdown in the economy. Will L&T then suffer on account of its exposure to IL&FS? Will it buy distressed assets, including NBFCs? Here's what A.M. Nayak told my colleague Nayantara Rai.
Well, you should see L&T's performance. The year just ended. We have grown by 18%. Our order book has gone up by 20%, which is better than the previous year. So I can't say it is disastrous economy. I can say, yeah, it could have been better, no doubt about that, because of many private sectors have faltered in repayment of loans and so on. Lot of provisioning has been done by many banks and NBFCs and others because people who have borrowed money are not returning, and they are very big industrialists. So to the extent they are not able to spend more money because they have yet to return the debt.
Correct.
So to that extent the economy has taken a little setback.
Consumption has come down. FMCG for the first time is being talked about as not being recession proof. Obviously all of this will have a domino impact, right?
Whether it is FMCG or you can say even high net worth individual who buys car, the auto sales have come down, two-wheelers have come down. All of these, in my view, has been happened first time in last 5 years. But slowly it will come back. I think in a year's time the economy will be back on its feet.
But Mr. Nayak, it's very interesting you say that because there is also a fear that this entire NBFC crisis has kind of been prevented because of elections, that the liquidity has been ensured, the redemption rollovers that have been taking place, that a lot could crash after elections. Does that mean that India Inc. is not worried that they don't take cognizance of all of these kind of scary rumors that are doing the round, that whether it's a DHFL or a Lodha or whatever, I wouldn't want to put you in a spot.
They are the real estate developers.
But so the NBFCs also, right?
They have.
Yeah.
But I would say there will be few people who may have acted in a manner the business should not really be run, and they should act more responsibly. L&T for one, we have NBFC, right? And we are very confident. We grew by 92%. And we are very confident that whether election or no election, we are going to do well.
And that is being reflected in the guidance also.
I think guidance we always do little better than what we say, no?
Yeah, so you like to give it a little bit conservatively and surprise the market, Mr. Nayak. I also want to ask you another question. You're, like I said, getting a Padma Vibhushan also because of many right calls that you made. One of the biggest red flags in the economy today is IL&FS. Your name has been associated, rather L&T's name has been associated with IL&FS as being potentially interested in as a buyer in some of the assets. True or false?
You mean we buying the assets? No, that's not true.
L&T would never buy any of the infrastructure assets or the loan assets?
You never use the word never.
Okay.
But it's not on our plan.
You have not been approached? You have not looked at it?
People keep approaching, but it's not on our plan.
So you're not interested at the moment?
No, at this point. Our mind right now is focused on Mindtree.
On Mindtree.
Yes.
So you have now got about 26% stake.
26.4, yeah.
So just a matter of time before the open offer is launched?
Yeah, I think in maybe 10 days.
Mindtree was a big acquisition that we have seen. Inorganic growth, will that feature highly going in the new year? Also because, a lot of assets are available at distress levels. Liquidity is going to be a problem. You do have a large, cash war chest which could literally be used.
All the assets which are available are infrastructure.
Yes.
They are not IT or anything.
No, I was talking about the conglomerate.
And in infrastructure, what happens if the projects have already done 1/3 or 1/4 or half, then we don't touch it at all. Only if the project is clean, not started, clean ground, we may look at it if the project is otherwise of national priority. Because whatever we do, whether it is the statue of Sardar Patel or whatever infra project we do, normally others don't do. We do very complex projects.
Correct.
So as long as it is in national interest and also of relevance to what L&T normally does, long term we may look at it. But right now we have no intention, as I told you.
So, you know, NBFCs is a big problem. Your NBFC has grown 92%. Would you look at acquisitions of NBFCs? A lot of them on the market.
I think we have also, let's say, ILFS in our portfolio. Everybody knows that in NBFC. We have 100% security on that payment. 100%. So we have absolutely, we should not be worried. But by and large, as you said little while ago, that after the elections results are out, maybe the new government is formed and they may take some tough calls. In that tough call, sometimes the good also suffer with bad. So the analysts are worried that though L&T is very well secured, his assets, there may be a haircut. Everybody may have to take. That's what they think. We think our investment is so secure, none of that will happen to us.
Okay.
But until finally the day is coming and they say these assets will not have a haircut and we are secure, till then there is always a little doubt which the market is creating.
So you will also not look at acquisition of any NBFC?
Not at this point.
Because there is no clarity, I would imagine.
No, we will wait and see.
I want to ask you this. You know, we're talking on the sidelines of a dinner that's being hosted for you in honor of your Padma Vibhushan. Like I said, you know, you've also often been credited for the kind of foresight that you've shown in your decisions. Would you like L&T to stay the kind of old economy company it is? Are you looking at any of the new economies, the new exciting sectors at all?
There are two things which was zero. Export was zero, international was zero. It is now 33%. Okay? When I took over, it was zero. There was nothing of the new economy, it was zero. It was all old economy. To this time, we made 38% of the profit from IT sector, engineering sector, technology sector, that's all new economy. Obviously,
They're now newer economies, that's the problem.
not newer economy. So we have, see Mindtree for example, has a lot of digital investment. And we think we'll collect all the newer economy situation from all the three companies.
Okay.
We have three companies, two with us, third Mindtree if it came to us. And as and when it comes. And we'll put tremendous emphasis on newer economy. We have also, we call it L&T Next. Started, our CEO directly looks after that, started a section which looks after only newer technologies.
Okay, so like blockchain, AI, all of that? Or?
AI or whatever.
Okay, so L&T is going to stay, you mean up to date, is the big message coming?
I think the message is clear, we have to stay with time.
Mr. Naik, you know, I'm not going to ask you about politics, I want to ask you about the economy. Whichever the new government that comes to power, what would you think are the immediate action points that need to be taken? What would you think should be the agenda from the economic standpoint?
I think number one, you rightly said that the economy at the moment is to an extent not doing so well. We have to put them back into the strength. Lot of action will have to be taken and tough calls will have to be made to really take care of the bad investment, bad assets and all that, so that you start on a clean slate.
But what do you mean by tough calls? You have an IBC, they've superseded the board of INFS, put Mr. Kotak in charge of all of that. So what do you mean by tough calls exactly?
No, I think ILFS has lot to clear. It has not been done. All of these possibly is waiting, as you rightly said, till the new government comes and they make the final calls. Our own man, the senior vice president, is right now in ILFS. He had left L&T some time back. He was in L&T Finance. And now he is in ILFS and he is helping. Not to us, but to the company.
Correct.
To see how you can clean it up.
So there is a fear that exists that maybe after the elections they will say nothing doing, no more redemptions, no more rollovers, this is the NPA, banks may have to write it off, there are also ECBs at stake, so that is a real fear, right?
At the moment, it is a fear.
It's a big fear. Look at the kind of money we're talking about.
Big you are saying, but I am saying it is a fear.
Mr. Kotak has said there are a lot of threats to the financial sector.
You can ask him.
Okay, so you have said this is the one thing that needs immediate action. What else would you say for the economy, for the new government?
There is a lot to be done. As I said, the infrastructure has not been moving. And there is a lot to be done, whether it is on highway system, railways, and water, electricity not in terms of generation, but distribution, transmission. A lot of work has to be done. I mean, you can do 100 billion, 150 billion every year, and that's not enough for India.
With that, Mr. Naik, I'd like to thank you and for joining us here.
Thank you.